y'all know what this is. Grab on the couch and they
Hail to the Commanders. Hail Nick Ronnie.
for real.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
But right away, they'll change the look.
11.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. That is incomplete.
Well, we got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, can.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3-and-out and did just that. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. The Bengals hit 3-0 here in the month of September, and they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here we go. Ready? 12. 11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Company race. Check the Eagles. Come 19. Trap 50.
Here's Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
70, Timberwolves. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
To throw is Daniels. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Ready.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
19 tight, 19 tight. Panther 11, Panther 11. Buffalo 18.
To the air goes Daniels. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18, pioneer. Go.
Daniels from the gun on third down. They'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he's going to have the Commanders first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on third and 3.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
79 Broncos.
Throwing now is Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Come on, Rick.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 3. Now Burrow. And he slings one that's incomplete. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver. And it's third and short. You talk about this Washington defense. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against against this team and try to run it like crazy, or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Looking deep here for Chase. And this is caught. And they will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 75. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Go! Mikey, 18!
Now Daniels. Wide open receiver complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That's good.
Buffalo 18!
Commanders first down. A gain of
60
14.
Bison, 60 Bison.
First down, Washington.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Daniels looking to throw. Going for the deep ball. And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Get it? 70 Timberwolves. Trap 60, trap 60.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now Daniels going to keep it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
Trap 19, trap 19.
The slot man in motion right. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
11. Here we go. 11. White 80.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 49.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, first and 10.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
19 tight.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And his throw here is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. There he goes.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is brought in at the 21. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done.
And the Bengals take over first and 10.
Yeah, really, I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy. All that drink you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drill.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
11 MT. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. 11. No. 11. Stop.
Looking to throw.
Right to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now it's second and 10.
Here we go.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Still going inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jonathan Taylor with his fourth rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready up.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Ready.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Cut 19. Cut 19. Let's go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And the Commanders' first down.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Crack all 80. On the jump. Let's go. Cougar 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. Mustang 19. Let's go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Gun start.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Here we go. Start.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 114 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
11. Start.
They run once more with Taylor. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Bengals first down.
Here we go.
First and 10.
Burrow looking to pass. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andre Yoshibas, 48 yards. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now Daniel's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there. Doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with first and goal from very short range.
Back to throw. Daniels. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Get up! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles! Check, 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 check!
They'll look to throw here on first down.
This pass finds McCaffrey going across the middle.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
something else.
Dragon 60. Stephanie. Seven Pirates. Seven Pirates.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Commanders are back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll find Harry on the right side. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
Gun. 12. 11 MT. 11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
To throw is Daniels. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Warriors 70. 19 tight. 70 Lions. Go.
To the air goes Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. Hawk 7. Mustang 19. 19 Lions. 7 Pirates. Ready,
Here's Daniels. Quick slant to Brown. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. He's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Commanders have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Daniels going to try and throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal.
Commanders 31, Bengals 28.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the third quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics.
Hey, can. 12.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Trey Amos. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Isaiah Pacheco, 28 yards. And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
11 MT tank.
They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this third quarter. That was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going.
And got his man complete. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. T. Higgins halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
No, check, Panther, go.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Commanders, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
60 vices, 60 vices.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Now Daniels. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Rig alert, rig alert. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They run the option on 2nd down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Isaiah Pacheco. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Bengals 35.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Inside the 10. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
On one, ready?
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
11 MT, take 11 MT. Here we go, here we go. Hey, stop.
Now Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
11 MT, stop.
Taylor will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
This is going to be covered up by Washington. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now it's Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back.
This is going to be covered up by Washington.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Mustang 19.
Daniels looking to throw.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10.
Down at the 33.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Andre Yoshibas.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Come on.
And now they'll shift things around. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. There he goes again. He may go.
That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
65 yards.
And the Commanders are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And his those guys will take a 10-point lead.
67. Bengals 57.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
11, 11, 11. Here we go. Wide 80, 11, MT, tape. 12, 12.
Here's Burrow.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Here we go.
Burrow.
Pass complete to Taylor.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Burrow. And he fires one incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
11.
Another try, second and 10 now. Throwing, Burrow.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
11 mighty.
Now Burrow.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at the 35-yard line.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
11.
To throw, Burrow.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Still going inside the 20.
And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, whether it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bengals' 3-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this is a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out.
And this is taken in at the 5. Now they will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Jamar Chase,
48 yards. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Ready?
To throw is Daniels. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Commanders, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
it forever means victory. Helper, whole name means protector. Shorten it by 2 letters without the IR at the end. The